We are live. Week 10, the Sunday Sifter. Again, 20 minutes late, but we're here. What more can you ask for? Tiger, what's up? How's your team looking this week?
My teams, well, one team. I got actually two teams that have not lost.
I don't buy that shit.
One's on ESPN and the other one's on Flickr.
Oh, you're in the Flea Flicker, the Roto Underworld Guillotine League.
Yeah, I'm leading the scoreboards.
You're number one, the Guillotine League right now?
Yeah,
I got eliminated 4 weeks ago.
and you got
My team was
eliminated
rough.
in the first week.
No, I did not get eliminated in the first week. My team had a lot of injuries and
I'm pretty
didn't
sure your
really
team
recover.
got hurt, and I think you were the first team to get out.
I was not the first team to get out. I tell you that. I was like the third team to get out. I promise you that. I was not the first team out. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that league. Julian in the chat, what's up, dude? Is James Robinson good to go this week? James Robinson is in this week. Will he be on a pitch count? Will he split 50-50 with Carlos Hyde? I would assume so. They're playing against Indianapolis. I don't love that matchup because Indianapolis's front and run defense is strong, but he gets that pass game work. I like that.
Also, for the Flickr League, should I start James Robinson or Melvin Gordon?
Neither.
Well, I kind of have to,
No, you don't, do you?
unless I want to start Kareem or Alvin Kamara.
Let me see if I can peek in here at this team. If you are listening, if you're watching, if you're in the chat, drop questions. If you got some questions, we will answer them. The Sunday Sifter, if you're new, we sit here, we set our lineups, we talk about our lineups. And if you drop a question in the chat, we'll talk about that. We'll chat with you, trying to walk you through some starts and sits. We'll break down the inactives and what we think about the inactives and who to pivot to if you are stuck with somebody that is a late inactive. The last guys that I'm seeing, James Robinson is in, Ramondre is in, Zach Moss is in, Chris Godwin is in, Jonnu Smith is out. If you listened to the corner yesterday night on this YouTube channel, Cody Carpentier on YouTube, I talked about Hunter Henry over 29.5 receiving yards. Hunter Henry anytime touchdown. I love both those props. Now Jonnu's out officially. Love him even more. Other active players, Michael Gallup is back. He's returning. Also, Dwayne Haskins is active in Pittsburgh. Wouldn't be surprised if he ends up playing a little bit. I think Rudolph is ass, and I'm not really a fan of that there. Jamal Williams is inactive against the Steelers, so your boy Jamar Jefferson will be suiting up and playing for the Detroit Lions against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The last time Williams
Where's
was out,
Swift at?
Swift is in there, but Swift is going to be leading the way. But Jefferson's still going to get some run. The last time Williams missed a game, Jefferson scored a rushing touchdown late in a blowout loss like that. Greedy Williams also inactive for the Browns. And then Alvin Kamara, as talked about all week, is inactive for the New Orleans Saints. And Rob Gronkowski, again, out. So a lot of guys in, a lot of guys out. We got a couple guys in the chat quick. J-Rob, high probability of reaggravating the injury in a bad matchup. Yeah, that's why I don't love that, because I think they're going to play it smart. They're going to use Carlos Hyde and James Robinson, and I think they're going to get a lot of pass work. But, I mean, good luck running against Indianapolis, man. That's tough. Half PPR need a win this week. Need a win. 2 running backs, McCaffrey, Patterson, Swift, Darrell, and Connor. You need to pick 2 out of that. Oh, shit, man.
Gotta pick Swift.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't bench McCaffrey, and you got to pick Swift. So that would be my 2 right there, right off the bat. You got, those would be.
Maybe Darrell Henderson.
No, Darrell
Henderson's
Williams.
a close
Darrell Williams in Kansas City. No, I don't want him.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he's just, don't worry about it. It's between me, it's McCaffrey, Swift, and Patterson. Those are the 3 I'm looking at right now. And I prefer Swift in a. He didn't say Gibson. He said James Conner.
No, but he said Patterson.
Cordero Patterson. You said Gibson.
Oh, I was thinking of Jared Patterson.
No. You're good. You're good. It's Cordero Patterson. Yeah, I like Cordero, but I like Swift and McCaffrey more. So that's where I would go. What up? What up? I need to start 3 out of these guys: Dawson Knox, Pat Fryermuth, Corey Davis, Stevenson, and Callaway. Knox is coming back from his hand injury. Muth lost Big Ben. Stevenson's going to be the lead back. I don't love that, but I think they're going to use Brandon Bolden in this matchup. But Stevenson would be the one that I have. You have to play Stevenson out of there, and then Corey Davis is back and Marquez Callaway. Callaway's one that I like, but I don't really. I mean, it's tough
with
for me.
that,
I'd go Corey Davis,
I wanna say-
Stevenson. What?
I said Dawson Knox is my number 2.
Yeah, I was going to have his as my number 3.
I mean, honestly, I'd put Fryermuth as number 2 if he didn't have Dwayne Haskins and Rudolph as his QBs.
If Ben was in, I'd have Fryermuth as my number 1 guy. But yeah, with Ben out, it hurts a lot. So Knox, Davis, and Stevenson for me, and then Callaway's right after that, and then Muth, sadly. Deontay Harris with no Kamara or James Washington. I think you got to go James Washington with that Rudolph and Claypool out. You got to go James Washington. I like Harris getting the targets he's been getting, but it's so inconsistent down there in New Orleans. You got to go James Washington. Snowing in Pitt and Green Bay today, yeah. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the snow interfering really in these Pittsburgh game. Yeah, Pittsburgh, I could see that game getting interfered with by snow because the quarterback play is so shitty. But in Green Bay, I'm not worried. Thoughts on Cortland Sutton this week? Zach Moss in a standard league over him. Thanks. I don't hate Cortland Sutton. He's going to get matched up with Darius Slake, but he has a massive matchup size difference against Darius Slake, where I think it benefits him, and he's coming off a slow week. So, like especially in like DFS, he's not going to be owned much at all. You bring up the cornerback rankings quick.
I definitely.
That wasn't one of my favorite matchups of the week, but that was one that I was looking at because Sutton had a down week last week. Jerry Judy's going to be in the slot against Avonte Maddox, and then Sutton's going to be against Slay. Slay, I have number 5 overall on the cornerback rankings. He's been inching up and up and up every single week. Darius Slake, these are his last matchups against bigger body types like Cortland Sutton. Mike Williams, 5 for 86. Mike Evans, 3 for 35. Amari Cooper, 4 for 21. That was all this year. So these bigger body guys can win against these guys, or against Slay, not these guys. These bigger body guys can win against Slay. So I wouldn't hate playing him. The Moss thing I love because he's playing the Jets. He's got that easy matchup. But again, easy matchup. They get ahead early. Bring in Singletary, bring in Breida. I don't love that. And he's coming off a concussion, so you can re-aggravate that easy just with a basic hit. And I'd rather play Cortland Sutton. Just play my studs.
Yeah, I'd like Cortland Sutton this week. I mean, I still think what I said in, I think it was week 3, where Chiefs and the Broncos won't make the playoffs. I almost want to say that the Broncos might make it. They're a sleeper team right now.
I don't think the Broncos are making the playoffs.
I think that they don't have a big chance, but they probably have a 10% chance to make it.
You think so?
Yeah. Chiefs, though, they're done. They suck too much.
All right. I got something for you guys. I'm going to throw it up in the chat here in a second. Go over to Top Prop Fantasy right now. I just got a partnership with them. And you can play me on Top Prop Fantasy. I don't think I have the pictures up right now. I have the Adam Troutman's ones up. Let me share them quick. So here's the matchups I like. Adam Troutman versus Rondale Moore. Come play me there. I got Troutman. You can take Rondale Moore. I got Troutman against Peterson, and I got Troutman against Conklin. You can come grab those. And then I just grabbed a couple more this morning. Let me throw them up here on the screen. I got Adam Thielen against Mike Williams. And I got Justin Jefferson against Keenan Allen. I'll pop those up really quickly. But you can come over to
I like those.
toppropfantasy.com and use the promo code CarpentierNFL, and they give you $10 at deposit. And both these matchups that you're looking at right here, Adam Thielen versus Mike Williams, Justin Jefferson versus Keenan Allen, $5. Come play against me. If you like Keenan Allen against Jefferson, come do it. If you like Mike Williams against Thielen, come do it. You get a bonus half point if you pick Williams. This is, again, fantasy points, half PPR. So, Williams goes for 5 for 70 and a touchdown. Thielen goes for 5 for 10, no touchdown, whatever, 5 for 20, whatever it is. You'd win that matchup. So go over to toppropfantasy.com, use the promo code CarpentierNFL, and check me out on there and join the team. That would be much appreciated. What do you got, Tiger?
I mean, it's free money. You might as well.
We got another question in the chat. A.J. Dillon, Antonio Gibson, Jordan Howard. Give me A.J. Dillon in the snow game. He's going to get the carries. He's been getting the targets. I don't love Jordan Howard against Denver. Tough run game. And right now, we just cannot trust Antonio Gibson. They're not giving him the requisite pass work with that shin injury. It's been all McKissick in the pass work. And then Jarrett Patterson out carrying him. I hate that. Plus, you're bringing in Tampa Bay's run defense. Does not spell well. I'll tell you what, if Gibson goes off for 10 points this week, that's not even going off. That's just like he's not even hitting his ceiling at 10 points. But if he scores 10 points, I would be shocked this week, sadly. And
That's what
as a lot of you know,
in the ESPN league, I think it's projected to score like 10.3.
Exactly. See, so here's another one. Half
I still
PPR.
gotta start him though. That's sad.
Need help. McKissick, Pollard, or Drake. So we got Pollard playing against Atlanta, and we got McKissick playing against Tampa. So for the same reasons I don't want Gibson to be the same reasons I would take McKissick in this matchup against Tampa. They're going to need to dump it off. They can't run the ball down the middle against Tampa. You got to get on the outside, throw it to McKissick. This is the type of game where he goes 6, 7, 8 receptions. Give me McKissick over Pollard and Drake. They're going to see a big Zeke game in Dallas. And then Josh Jacobs is still low-key the guy in Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers or James Washington? Got to go James Washington here. Myers is not a matchup.
James Washington all day.
It's not a positive
Washington
matchup.
all day.
Yeah.
I hate Jacoby Myers sucks.
Beasley or Van Jefferson? I'll give you this one.
Van
Jefferson is now the, in quotes, number 2 in LA, but Odell should be playing on Monday. So I think Van Jefferson's the number 3. Will you chill out for a minute?
Beasley.
Okay.
This is like my favorite receiver in the league and like my least favorite receiver in the league.
All right. Whatever you think. Thoughts on Eno Benjamin? I like Eno Benjamin. I've liked Eno Benjamin since he was at Arizona State. He's a big Devy guy. I like Eno Benjamin, but I don't think that Arizona likes Eno Benjamin. If they did, I don't think they would have been playing Jonathan Ward over Eno Benjamin. Also, Tavian Feaster. For those people that liked Clemson, South Carolina of years past, Tavian Feaster was a stud that never got the full requisite workload at Clemson. He transferred out of Clemson when Travis Etienne got there. He reminds me a lot of Chuba Hubbard. I remember Tavian Feaster when he was at Clemson, and then he transferred, and I was like, damn, man, I really, really like him. Left. Disappeared. 2 years later, he comes back, runs a 4.4. His speed score is off the charts. Go check him out on playerprofile.com, Tavian Feaster. Stud. He just got activated to the active roster, so now it's Connor, Eno, Tavian Feaster. Feaster has that explosiveness to take it to the next level. I like Eno. I like Feaster. I don't think that the Arizona Cardinals actually like Eno Benjamin and his entire skill set, because I think they would have been playing him with Chase Edmonds and over Jonathan Ward. So I think he's worth a stash. If he gets a little pop, I think you trade him. Value. Cheers. Troy Hill scares me for Myers. Shutdown boy last week. Exactly what I'm saying. He's not a matchup for any of these guys in Cleveland right now. Greg Newsom's tough matchup. Denzel Ward's tough matchup. And Troy Hill's a tough matchup. And Jacoby spends the majority of his time in the slot. Even the Joker, when he comes back, like, I don't like that matchup at all. What's up, boys? Ayuk or Manny Sanders full PPR. Ayuk showed us what he is. He's back. They got Kittle. They got Debo. Ayuk showing up. I'm rolling with Ayuk here. Give me a Brandon Ayuk.
I mean, I gotta take Ayuk because that I just don't like Emmanuel Sanders, and I like Cole Beasley. But Ayuk, he's either scoring 0 points or he's scoring 10 points.
All right, so
That's just
I'm gonna
what
jump
he
over
does.
I'm jumping over to your flea flicker team right now. Looks like you have Herbert, Taylor, Robinson, Thielen, Cooper, Brown, Waddle, Andrews, and then for bench to replace James Robinson is Melvin. So you are right. You have to have one of those. It's either Melvin or Robinson, and I think I would lean Melvin. Sadly, is there any free agents available? Let's see here. It's Kenyon
I want to
Drake.
say Zach Moss is a free agent.
Kenyon Drake is the Jordan Howard.
I want to say Zach Moss is in there, but
I'm not seeing him. I see Jordan Howard. I see Chuba. I see Naheem Hines, Mike Davis, Kenny Drake.
Mike Davis.
Is Clyde playing? I don't think Clyde got activated.
I think I'll just roll with one of those two.
I think you should just roll with I think you should just roll out Melvin against Philadelphia over James Robinson.
Yeah.
I'll fix that for you. How is we got this Devi league that you're in. How is your team?
I think I'm second right now.
You're second?
I think I'm second right now because the dude I played, like the other guy who was like we were both undefeated. We played each other and it was just like all my players were on bye. And he only beat me by like 5.
Also, shout out. I don't know if you can see it or not. A little champagne and Red Bull pomegranate winter edition. Solid. All right, got some more questions in the chat. Thielen, DJ Moore, Ayuk. I love this one. Thielen, DJ Moore, Ayuk. First instinct, where do you go? Half PPR. Half PPR. So touchdowns would be a plus. Where would you go?
The first thing I see is Thielen.
My answer is on your hat.
That's what I'm looking at first. I look at Ayuk, I'm saying no. I see DJ Moore, and I just don't trust anybody from Carolina.
This is where I'm at. Ayuk, I don't love him half PPR. I love him more in PPR. He also just popped the last couple weeks. I want to see a little bit more before I trust him over the guys in this tier like DJ Moore and Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's stats the last few weeks. Listen to this. This is every week this year. Every week, right? So we got 8 games. 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown, 0, 0, 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown, 1 touchdown. So he scored at least a touchdown in 6 out of 8 games this year. That's going to help you and pay off in half PPR. I love me some Adam Thielen. DJ Moore, I think we're a week away. I want to see Cam Newton get back in there, throw DJ Moore the ball. That's what's up. That's what
I don't trust anybody in Carolina besides Chuba Hubbard.
McCaffrey, now that he's back. I don't trust Chuba Hubbard as much anymore because McCaffrey's back. Javonte Williams, Eli Mitchell, Michael Carter, Alex Collins, full PPR this week. Pick.
This is simple for me.
What's up?
This is easy for me. You just gotta take Carter and you gotta take Mitchell.
What about Javonte?
He's got Melvin to compete with.
They're splitting 50-50, but Javonte's still scoring fantasy points. This is Javonte's last 4 games. 10, 17, 7, 11. You still roll with Elijah Mitchell? You still rolling with Elijah Mitchell against the Rams on Monday Night Football? I think you have the correct 3 guys. I think it's Javonte, Mitchell, Carter. but you got to kick out one of these guys. You're kicking out Javonte out of the 3. I'm keeping Carter in because they're playing the Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to be down, and I think they're going to be passing a lot. I think he's going to be getting receptions. That's why I would leave in Michael Carter.
I mean,
He's going to be in there for the lion's share of snaps. That's why you got to leave Michael Carter in. But people don't like that. Whatever. You can take a Ty Johnson shit, stick it in your ass. But Michael Carter's the dude in that offense, period. So it's between Elijah Mitchell and Javonte. I would personally lean Javonte. But let's look at the snap shares for Elijah Mitchell the last 3 weeks. 65%, 70%, 65%, 18 carries, 18 carries, 8 carries, 0 targets, 0 targets, 5 targets, 17, 20, and 13 fantasy points. I think you're fine with Elijah Mitchell. Now that we break it down.
Yeah.
Plus, he gets the Rams. You also got Javonte against the Eagles, both tougher run defenses. I think Elijah Mitchell, though. That sucks. I don't want to bench Javonte, but you have to. Elijah and Carter. Love it. Half PPR, Ernest, Mark Ingram, out of the MC Hammer, Michael Carter. I got to go Mark Ingram.
Really? He's my last pick.
Really? It's half PPR. I think Carter's going to get a lot of his points in PPR today. I think that's gonna hurt him in half PPR and against these other guys who have touchdown upside.
I almost want to say Johnson because look at last time he started. I think it was week 4. I want to say.
Yep. So here's my
off.
theory. Here's my theory on Johnson and why I didn't even address it right away. Is because what do we know most about New England and what do we know most about Bill Belichick is they focus on taking away what you are best at, and Cleveland just happens to be best at running the ball. They just got rid of Odell, obviously, which isn't really that big of a hit to the offense, but they're best at running the ball, and they already have Hunt out and Chubb out with injuries. So that's like a bonus for New England. So why not? Now you just have to focus on beating this offensive line and holding Dearness Johnson back because we saw what Dearness Johnson can do. So I think New England focuses in on this run game. They completely shut it off, and they make Baker beat him with his arm. And we'll see if he can do it.
I get that.
And that's why I don't like Dearness. That's why I would go Mark Ingram here.
Didn't Belichick used to play for them?
For who? Cleveland? He used to coach for Cleveland.
Giants.
He coached for Cleveland and the Giants.
Oh, I knew he coached for one of them. I didn't think it was both.
All right, here's a tough one. Oofta. Brian Edwards.
Ooh.
Bobby sit down on the bench Anderson and Jamison Crowder. Or anyone to search waivers for. Fuck. I don't like that. Crowder's more of a PPR guy for me. Edwards, the matchup is nice today, but he's been killing us all year, man.
I want to say Edwards, but I'm just like, I can't get myself to say.
Let me read you the stat off. So this stat came across Twitter the other night. Damn it, where'd it go?
I don't know if I can do Edwards.
Stat came across.
I really don't want to play. I'm not playing Crowder. Robbie Anderson, he can't catch a ball to save his life.
I'm not playing Robbie at all. I can't play Crowder with Carter in the backfield, with Elijah Moore taking over what he's taken over, and with Corey Davis returning.
I don't know about Brian Edwards.
Right now, I think my answer is Brian Edwards, but I got to show you this stat that Dwayne McFarland tweeted. So notable wide receivers who received the most single coverage throughout the first 10 weeks. Quez Watkins, 56%. Mike Evans, 54%. Brian Edwards, 54%. So he's up there he's being left alone the most. That's what that means. Single coverage, most single coverage routes in the NFL this year. Quez, Mike Evans, Brian Edwards. Those are the top 3.
And then
target share. 12% for Quez, 11.8% for Brian Edwards. Out of the top 8 guys, Quez, Mike Evans, Brian Edwards, Deontay Johnson, Devonta Smith, Mike Williams, OBJ, and Jalen Rager. Brian Edwards has the lowest target share, 11.8%, next to Quez at 12%. They just need to throw him the ball. He's in single coverage. He's open. Get Brian Edwards the freaking ball. Out of this question, I got to go Brian Edwards because there's the most upside with Brian Edwards in this. I hate picking between these three. If you have somebody else in waivers that you like or that I like, throw them up and I'll
I
tell
mean,
you if I like them over Brian
is
Edwards,
by
but
any chance Darnell Mooney in the waivers?
I really doubt it. I really doubt that. Half PPR, AJ Dillon or Dwayne Washington.
Dylan.
Steelers. What does this mean, Steelers? What does D Washington
Is there a
Steelers
different
mean?
Washington?
That's what I'm wondering. What Washington is that? That's Dwayne, isn't it? Maybe Dwayne Washington from the Saints, I'm guessing. Yeah, what's the Steeler part from? Oh, I wonder if he means James Washington, Jay Washington. Coop, hit me
That's
up.
what I was
What is
thinking,
your
but then
answer?
I was thinking of Dwayne Washington.
James Washington. Yeah, he said James Washington. James Washington or AJ Dillon, half PPR. All good. All
Is the
good.
D
All
key
good.
next to the J key? Yeah.
No, he just typed it in wrong. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Coop said sorry. Shut up. That's tough. I would go AJ Dillon. I'd go AJ Dillon. Snow game. I think they're going to get the carries, and he's even getting the receptions. I think they're going to focus a lot on Najee in this game because it's such a late week thing where it's not like I don't think Rudolph can come in and throw the ball 30 times maybe like Pittsburgh wanted to do with Ben. I think we're going to see a lot of Najee, a lot of Kalen Ballage, some McFarland, a lot of Ebron and Frymouth. And then what do you see outside? I think it's going to be a lot of Deontay. I think James Washington's going to get fed, but half PPR makes it tough. AJ Dillon time, yes,
I
sir.
gotta take.
What do you got here, Tiger? Pittman, Godwin, Dearness Johnson, full PPR pick 2.
Gotta take Godwin.
Godwin's also had a foot injury, and he just got officially active today.
I mean, maybe you gotta take Pittman. I mean, who's Pittman lined up with in the corner?
Pittman lined up. Okay, he's playing against Jacksonville. He's got Shaquille Griffin. Shaquille Griffin I have at number 31.
What is Griffin the one with the stub
That's
for
his brother.
hand?
That's Shaquem. This is Shaquille. Shaquille's matchups this year so far, his last 6 matchups have been pretty sick. DeAndre Hopkins, 3 for 26. Jamar Chase, 3 for 5. AJ Brown, 2 for 32. DK Metcalf, 5 for 22. Stephon Diggs, 2 for 20. In primary coverage. Those are the yardage allowed. So Pittman's also the focus of this offense. I think Pittman will be just fine. Nico Collins week 1 had 4.
I want to take Johnson, but I can't bench Godwin over Johnson.
On injury risk, I would totally be fine playing Johnson over Godwin. It depends really how my team is and if I think I have a chance of winning. If I know I'm going to win, I'd probably play Godwin. Actually, wait, let me think about that. I was going to say, if I know I'm going to win, I'd probably play Dearness and Pittman. If I need points, if I need that upside, I would go Godwin, Pittman, because Godwin, if he's actually healthy, has more upside. Sorry, I worded that wrong.
I mean,
12 team PPR.
Gonna get,
what's up?
A receiver's going to get, in my opinion, every single receiver has a higher ceiling. Actually, I think receivers have the highest ceiling and the highest floor, or the lowest floor.
Yeah, exactly. One more here. 12-team PPR. Choose 2. AJ Dillon, Cortland Sutton, Tyler Johnson, Michael Gallup. I'm not trusting Gallup over these other guys in his first game back. Tyler Johnson, I like a lot. What are we? 12-team full PPR. I'd play Dillon and Sutton. Yeah, I'd go Dillon and Sutton here. Full time, 100%. All right, let's go through the picks. Let's pick the games really quickly. 12:20. We'll be on for about 10 more minutes. If you got a question, shout it in the chat. We'll answer it.
I mean, should I start Brandon Ayuk or Adrian Peterson?
Ayuk. Deontay
Ayuk.
Foreman. For those of you listening, Deontay Foreman will outcarry Adrian Peterson today.
I don't really know who that is.
Deontay Foreman. If you don't have him, you should probably go add him in your deep leagues, so you don't have to worry about it next week. I mentioned it on the Undercovered Ops show. Deontay Foreman looked better, ran better. They're playing a tough defense in the Saints. They're going to see a lot more Deontay than anything. See if I can share my screen.
I think you already know who I'm gonna pick for who's gonna win.
All right. Can you read this?
Not really, but
Not really. Not really.
The logo's fine. Now I can. I'll just look at the logos.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. No,
All right. So we got Jacksonville against Indianapolis. Colts are favored by 10.5 points.
I almost want to take Jacksonville because there's such a big gap, but
I think Jacksonville covers 10.5.
yeah.
Cleveland,
I think
New England.
the Bills. I mean, they can do anything.
Cleveland and New England. 2.5. I'm taking New England.
Falcons, Cowboys. I don't really think that's a question.
Right? Dallas is 3-1 at home against the spread. Dallas is favored by 7.5 against Atlanta.
I mean, I'm picking Dallas.
Buffalo favored by 13.5 at the Jets. Buffalo has been favored by over 10 points in, I think, 3 consecutive games, and I don't think they've covered yet.
I
13.5 point home underdogs.
I almost want to take the Jets.
New Orleans Saints at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee is 3-1 at home against the spread. The Saints are 2-2 on the road against the spread.
That one's up to you. I don't know. I'd probably lean.
Breaking news per Jay Glazer. The Rams plan to use rookie Ben Skowronek to fill in the Robert Woods role. So go add Skowronek. He's actually an athlete. He's actually an athlete out of Notre Dame, rookie. Ben Skowronek, Skowronek. Ben Skowronek for the Los Angeles Rams will fill in for Robert Woods.
You're telling me that they got Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Scarage, or whatever his name was, and then OBJ?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
All right, here's the next pick. Tennessee at home against New Orleans. Tennessee is favored by 2.5.
I think I'm in Tennessee because Alvin Kamara is gone. This one, a lot of people are gonna say for the next one. Oh, talking about the next one.
You like Tennessee in this game?
I like Tennessee in this game.
I feel like this is like the perfect letdown game for Tennessee.
I might pick the Saints because now I'm realizing that both teams don't have a running back.
I think this is like the perfect letdown game. They just beat the Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Rams. The Saints have they missed out on OBJ. They got Trevor Siemian. Kamara's at. Troutman's due for a game. I think Taysom Hill makes an appearance this game. He's finally back and healthy. I think this is where I'm going to override you. I'm going to say New Orleans, I think, covers the 2.5. I think they might win outright.
Okay. This one.
New Orleans coming off of a home loss to the Falcons. They can't be happy. You cool with that?
Can you scroll down? This one. Don't click the Buccaneers. Washington's winning this game.
Washington's winning this game?
Washington's winning this game.
You're kidding me.
No.
Seriously? We got chat. We got a question in chat.
Winning.
Gooner Boy says, do I roll Mike White versus Cousins today? I kind of want to roll with Mike White for the hell of it. I mean, if you want to go for the hell of it, you know you're going to win. If you're not really worried, you can go Mike White. But Cuzzy against the Chargers is a much better. That has like a 70-point upside for a total that could happen versus Mike White could get shut out by the Bills. That would be my only worry. Half PPR, Chenault, Brian Edwards, Tyler Johnson. Got to go Tyler Johnson. That's a painful one. Tyler Johnson. All right, so Tiger says Washington's going to win outright. I'll take the plus 9.5.
This one.
Detroit against Pittsburgh. Garrison texted me the other day, and he said Detroit's winning this game. Do you think Detroit covers 6 points?
No.
No.
If you click Detroit, no. Don't you dare.
Detroit is 2-2 against the spread on the road. Pittsburgh is.
Detroit is not beating the Steelers.
I never said beat. I said Pittsburgh is 1-4 against the spread at home. That's with Ben. Now you're talking about no Ben, Mason Rudolph. Detroit has been looking for that number one win. I think Detroit keeps this game within 6 points.
Shut up.
I still think Pittsburgh wins, but I think they keep it within 6 points.
Okay, fine. Take it.
All right, Minnesota versus the Chargers. Go Chargers. Minnesota. Go. Chargers are 2-2 at home against the spread. Vikings are 3-1 on the road against the spread. Listen to this Vikings schedule and how it's shooken out. So they're favored Chargers are favored by 3.5. This is how the Vikings scores have ended this year. Week 1, they lost by 3. They lost by 1. They won by 13. They lost by 7. They won by 2. They won by 6. They lost by 4. And they lost by 3. 3, 4, 6, 2, 1, 3. Every game has been close.
Besides the Seahawks game, every single game has been. We could have won every single game in one play.
Do you take?
If you're looking for an intense football team, Vikings are a good one.
All right, you taking the plus 3.5, or
I think they've won to overtime like 4 times.
I know it. Or do you go over? The Vikings are 4-4 against the over. The Chargers are 3-5 against the over. The over's 53.5.
Vikings will win.
Okay, we're going 3.5 for the Vikings.
I don't look at the numbers. I just look at who's going to win.
Okay, whatever. Carolina without Cam Newton, with McCaffrey, at Arizona with Colt McCoy, and no Hopkins, no Murray. To this point, that might change.
Wait, what? Why is Murray now playing?
Murray didn't play last week. Colt McCoy did. Colt McCoy played.
You know, the one reason why I know who Colt McCoy is, you know why that is?
Because he went to Texas.
Nope, because of Bear Nights. There's a video of Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Kaiser, and Mitch Trubisky. They were the rookies that year, and then since Kaiser got drafted to the Browns, it was like the upside down besides
Yeah.
in football. So then Watson and Trubisky rode their bikes over there, and then they had the Raiders there, the Browns, the Giants, every bad team, and then one of them yelled, "It's Colt McCoy," but then it's like Cody Kessler or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he played solid last week. He had 7 rushing attempts. They won, obviously. Can they win again against Carolina?
No.
Carolina's going to come across country. I think we see some Cam Newton today. If you're in Superflex, I have a lot of Cam Newton in leagues that last year I had him and I just kind of held him because I thought he's going to get an opportunity this year. I still am holding him. I mean, if you are in a Superflex Dynasty league and he's free, somebody cut him loose because they're like, oh, he's Dunsky. Go grab Cam because he's getting paid. His contract has the upside to reach $10 million this season in like 8 games. He's getting 4.5 guaranteed. I don't know, man. I think Cam's going to get an opportunity this week. It's not that hard to make a Cam Newton package. Arizona is 7-2 against the spread. Arizona is favored by 7.5. Carolina is that's total. Sorry, at home. Arizona's 2-2 at home.
If we pick Carolina, that's saying it's going to be more than 7.5.
That if we pick Carolina plus 7.5, that means that we think Carolina is going to be within 7 points of beating Arizona. So if it's plus 7.5, I haven't explained this to you ever because it's gambling. It's instead of just picking the game, you're picking the score. So basically, plus 7.5 means Arizona can win, but they can't win by more than 7.
Okay.
But if Carolina wins, we win. If Carolina loses, Carolina can lose by up to 7 points and we still win.
I'd say Carolina then.
Carolina to cover on the road.
Game.
Seahawks at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Philadelphia. I got 2 left. Philadelphia at Denver.
Denver all day.
Really? I don't even know if I want to bet this one. 2-2 for Denver at home against the spread. Philadelphia is
it basically just like picking who's going to win this one, looks like to me.
Yeah, it's almost a pick 'em. I wonder what the total is here. Panthers defense. Okay, chat. Panthers defense or Steelers defense? Steelers against Lions. Panthers against Arizona. What do you got, Tiger? You probably going Steelers, aren't you?
I almost want to say the Panthers. Want to say
that's
the
right.
Panthers.
I want to say Panthers. I'm going Panthers defense. I think that's just a matchup that I really like. I like that. The defense is I watched them live. They're tough. They're gritty. Stephon Gilmore's getting more reps. Probably close to the best defensive backfield you'll find in the NFL. We got another one in the chat. I'm starting a banged up Zeke, and my league gives 1 point per 10 kick return yards and punt return yards. Should I start Pollard with him or Darrell Williams and his expected workload with Gore lurking? Oh, no. Put Pollard in there with Zeke. I have no problem with that against Atlanta.
Okay.
No problem with that.
Derek Gore guy that I've seen.
He's not good. Matt asked me that. He goes, who's Derek Gore? I go, Derek Gore is a pud. He's what's a pud? I said a pud is what we call a fat kid that can't do anything in wrestling back in high school. You see a kid and you're like, that kid is a pud. Why? Because you're going to smack his ass when you get out there. Titans defense against the Saints or Rams defense on Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers? Rick James, what do you got? I'm going Titans.
Yeah.
You got nothing? You got nothing?
I'd say Titans too. I don't know about the Rams defense anymore.
I don't know if I want to pick what do you got, Philly or Denver? You got Denver?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say I'm not even want to bet on this one. Kansas City or the Raiders?
Don't you dare click Kansas City.
I think a couple weeks ago when we picked this one, you said the Raiders were going to win this one. The Raiders or the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 2-7 against the spread this year.
Wait, where is the game at?
At Las Vegas.
Oh, not even close. Just give it to the Raiders.
Home Las Vegas is 2-2 against the spread. On the road, Kansas City is 2-2.
I'm just saying you don't need to bet on. You don't even need to look at this stuff. Just click the Raiders. You know they're the best team.
All right. And then Rams at Niners.
See, I almost want to say the 40 yards because it's at home, but it's like the Rams might have drove to San Francisco and not even flown.
I don't think they flew. I think they probably took a charter. San Francisco the last few weeks lost to Arizona by 14. They beat the Bears by 11. Lost to the Colts by 12. They've beaten the Lions and they've beaten the Eagles. Huh?
It's not going to be an environment change for them. It's just going to be like
you're also thinking about
you're
also thinking about the Rams coming off of a home loss on Sunday Night Football to the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Rams. They're not going to lose back-to-back primetime games. 12-leg parlay. $5 plays $11,000. Call that the Rickasabi stunner right there. All right, boss. All right, boss. We have been live for 40 minutes. Looks like the chat is cleaned out. Actually, no, we got a Judy versus Elijah Moore in the chat.
Elijah Moore all day.
Yep. I would take I'm going I'm going Judy. I'm going Judy.
Take him.
Judy
you
against
can have
Devontae
Judy.
Maddox.
I'll have Elijah Moore. We'll go into
the battleground on Top Prop. We're going to go into the battleground on Top Prop right after this, and I'm going to take Jerry Judy, and you're going to take Elijah Moore. Alex, shout out for this question. If you are just joining, if you're just listening, if you kept checking out before the game start, go to Top Prop Fantasy. You can see it on the ticker right below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Cody Carpentier. Go check out patreon.com/CarpentierNFL. Support me and the man, Little Tiger. At NFL's Youngest GM on Twitter. I am Carpentier NFL on Twitter. Go to Top Prop Fantasy, scrolling across the bottom. Use Carpentier NFL at deposit. Get yourself free $10. Come play me in the battleground. I'm about to go play Tiger in the battleground and take on Judy versus Elijah Moore. Here are my picks this week on Top Prop, though, if you want to go play me. I have Thielen. You could go take Williams. I have Jefferson. You can go take Allen. I got Troutman against Peterson, Troutman against Conklin, against Rondale Moore. All these guys, run over there. Shout out Alex. He said thanks in the chat. Thank you. These are some props. If you missed these props, if you missed these props from last night on the corner, my favorite tight end touchdowns today: Mercedes Lewis, Adam Trot Daddy, Hunter Henry. Prop of the week: Adam Troutman over 23.5 receiving yards, way too low. And here's a sneak peek: Danny Arnold, Mike Evans, Dallas Goedert, Stephon Diggs, Zekatron Elliott, and Hunter Henry are my props of the week. Tiger,
I got
say peace out. Okay, we're going to end it right here. 12:40 in the afternoon. Game start in 20 minutes. Tiger Rickasabi at NFL Youngest GM on Twitter. What is the take to send us away?
Well, it's not about football. A lot of people are probably going to hate it because it's about a different sport. About one of my least favorite sports, which is not soccer. That's my least favorite sport. About hockey. You know what the best team is in the NHL?
Who?
The San Jose Sharks.
Are they going to win the championship?
Yeah.
There you go. Appreciate everybody coming to check out the chat. If you enjoyed what you saw, Click that subscribe button down below. Support your boys. And we'll see you next week on the channel.